Hello students, as we have completed the contiguous memory allocation, now the next topic is non-contiguous memory allocation. Why we are moving towards the non-contiguous memory allocation? What was the problem with the contiguous memory allocation? There were two problems, internal fragmentation and external fragmentation. What is internal fragmentation? In internal fragmentation, if we have divided the memory in fixed size then and allocate a process to that particular partition, and the process needs lesser memory than the partition, then the space which is, see with an example, if I have partitioned a memory into three partition, whereas first partition is 4 KB, then 10 KB, and then it is 6 KB, and the new process which is coming is of 3 KB in size. So if, as we have studied first fit, best fit, worst fit, we are not discussing here again it, and let's assume that this 3 KB process will be assigned to this 4 KB partition. So process P will occupy the 3 KB space of this partition, and what about the rest 1 KB? That 1 KB space will be wasted, and it is known as the internal fragmentation. And what is external fragmentation? Let's assume this process P1 has been assigned to the that this process P1 will be assigned to this 4 KB block, and another process P2 has been assigned this block which is of size 6 KB. Now we have only 10 KB memory in our hand, and the next process which is P3 coming with a, let's assume there is one more partition of 2 KB size, right? Then the next process come with 11 KB of size. Now to allocate this process to the memory, you cannot start this process because this cannot be loaded to the main memory, because main memory doesn't have the memory in a contiguous fashion. 10 KB here, 2 KB here, and process requires 11 KB. So in contiguous memory allocation, we don't have the memory in contiguous fashion, and it will lead us, all in total we have 12 KB, right? 10 plus 2, 12 KB, and process requires 11 KB. That means we can fulfill the request of process P3, but we can't. Why? Because we don't have that memory in contiguous fashion. That's why this fragmentation is called external fragmentation, because we have enough memory in hand but we are not able to assign that memory to the process P3, right? This is called external fragmentation. So to overcome with this problem, we move towards the non-contiguous memory allocation, where our main memory and secondary memory are divided into a fixed size partition. But as you know, when we divide the memory in fixed size, internal fragmentation is there. But here the problem is, the main problem with both of this, internal and external fragmentation is more severe than the internal fragmentation. Why? Because in external fragmentation, it is, as we have enough memory to allocate a process, but we can't because of the contiguous nature. So in non-contiguous memory allocation, that is paging, we try to remove the external fragmentation. Internal fragmentation will again there, but it is not a severe problem. So we first resolve the severe problem, that is external fragmentation. If we have enough memory in the, if we have enough space in the main memory, we should allocate that to a process, right? So here we divide memory into fixed size partition, where the and of equal size, mind it, fixed size partition in contiguous memory allocation. I said the memory is divided into fixed size, but that can be of varied size. But here it is also divided into fixed size partitioning, but where here every partition is of same size. The size of each partition will be same, and each partition will be known as the pages. That's why we are calling it paging. So in secondary memory we divide the secondary memory into fixed size partition of equal size, and that partition, a single partition, is known as pages. Then the next one, that is main memory. So what we have to do, the process which is stored, the program which is stored there in the secondary memory has to be loaded into the main memory before execution, because we need less access time processing. So for that we put main memory in between CPU and secondary memory. For that we have to load the process from the secondary memory to the main memory, and in the main memory, so what should the concept say? If we have divided the secondary memory into equal size, then main memory should also be divided into the same size, right? So here main memory is also divided into fixed size partition with equal size, and we call each partition as frame here. So the equal size partition of main memory is known as frame, and the equal size partition of pages is equal size partition of secondary memory is known as pages. Clear? So did you get why we are dividing the main memory and secondary memory of same fixed size partitioning? Because it would be easy to maintain which page is going to which frame if the size will be equal. If we will have a different fixed size again but different size of pages, then it would be very again it is difficult to have the same size of frame available in the main memory. So to avoid that problem, what we do, we divide both of the memory into equal size partition, where the fixed size or equal size partition of the secondary memory is known as pages and main memory partition is known as the frame. Now, as you all know, CPU doesn't know about this main memory. So what we do, the CPU, when it starts to execute a process, it will generate logical address. It will generate logical address, and that logical address consists of two parts: page number and offset within that page. What is that offset? Just imagine you have to there is a colony of 1,000 houses, and you have to visit to the house number 925 or 825. You have to visit the house number 825. How would you go? You go to that colony and then you start searching for 825, then house number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you need much time to find out the house number 825. But if this colony has divided this 1 to 1,000 number of houses into blocks, or you can say sectors, where one sector has 100 houses, another sector has another houses. So this is first sector, this is second sector. So in this way, there will be 10 sectors for 1000 houses, and what we have to search, that is 825, that will be in the 8th sector and the 25 number house. So it would be easy for us, we just have to confirm where is the sector number 8. We will go to the sector 8 and then 1 2 3 4 and then house number 25. It would be easy to search that house in a least time rather than searching from the starting first houses to 825th houses. It would be easy to search this with this block case, right? So in the same way, what we do, we are here 8th block is named as page number, and within that page which instruction to be fetched, that is the offset within the page, that 25 is the offset. So don't you think, if I have divided the secondary memory into fixed size and the same size of memory is there in the main memory also. So if there is a process, let's see, there is a process, it has 3 pages. ये एक प्रोसेस है जिसके 3 पेजेस हैं, मान लो प्रोसेस P, it has 3 pages, right? That 3 pages has to be loaded into the main memory before execution, right? And in the main memory, this space is occupied before, this space is occupied, this space is also occupied. So in this way, these are the free space. So once this process P has to be loaded into the main memory, P1 got this, P2 got this, and P3 got this place to be stored in main memory. Now, if you say the page number, if CPU generates an address which consists of page number and offset within that page to execute a single instruction, then the next challenge is that where is that page which is loaded from the secondary memory is stored in the main memory, because you know the equal size partition of the main memory is known as frame. So where does that page goes, or which frame consists which page? That is the thing that has to be managed, because CPU will generate the page number, but until and unless you don't know that where is that page reside in the main memory, you cannot resolve or you cannot translate the logical address into physical address, right? So in that way, what we do, what do you think what we can do? As you have studied linked list, in the linked list what we do, page 1 will at the end will have the address of the next page, and the page 2 will have the address of the page 3. In this way we can find out the pages. But for going the second page, if it is let's see, if it is 3rd page and 25th instruction, so what will be the scenario? You cannot get directly the page number 3 address, right? We will go to page number 1, page number 1 will give the address of page number 2, page 2 will give the address of page 3, and then we will get the page 3 address, and then 25th instruction can be calculated from here, right? So again, this is a major problem. So for going for the last page or the second last page, we need to traverse from the first page to the last page. So this is not the efficient solution, right? So for that we maintain, so to overcome with that problem, we not maintain the linked list, we maintain a different data structure known as page table. In this page table, we will keep the information of what? Which page number 1 will go to the which frame of the main memory. So for every page of a process, we have the base address of the frame. Here also we are actually dealing with the contiguous memory allocation. If you know the base address, you can add the offset and you can directly get the instruction that you actually want, right? So in the same way, what we are doing, we are maintaining a different data structure known as page table, where each page of a process is stored in which frame. The address of that frame, base address of that frame actually is stored there in the page table. So the number of pages a process have, it will make the process has its own page table, and in that page table, for each page which is loaded into the main memory, which frame it has been allocated, the base address of that frame will be stored in this page table. And the address of this page table can be recalled by the operating system with page table base address. And from where did PTBR? And from where PTBR means page table base address. So CPU, we must be able to find out the page table of that process where all this information is stored. So the base address of that page table is stored in a special type of register that is known as page table base register, from where we get the base address of this page table, and then the page number, and then page number will give the base address of that frame. Clear? So in this way, we will be able to convert the logical address into physical address. How? This page table, third page table मान लो, है ना? Third page table, we will page table from where we will get the base address of the frame and the offset. Do you think that offset will change? No, because page size and the frame size is same. So the offset will be same. There will be no change. So this D will be same as this D, that is the offset within the page, the offset within the frame, and the frame which we will get will become the base address of this, and with that we can access the page number 3 from this physical address. This is known as physical address that will be used to access the main memory. Clear? This is the paging concept. What is the advantage of this paging? First of all, it is using non-contiguous memory allocation so that there will be no external fragmentation. And the second advantage is, with this page table we will be able to access that particular page in very least time. That is the advantage. But the one disadvantage is also there. What is that? This is the overburden for the main memory. Where does this page table will stored? This will also be stored in the main memory. So for accessing a single instruction, we need to access the main memory 2 times. How? First, for this accessing this page table, then when we get the base address of the frame, then again we will go to the main memory for the actual instruction, right? So this is the disadvantage of the paging, where we have to access the main memory 2 times to access a single instruction. But this is a concept of paging. Clear?